Why, yes, my friends. Finally, the time has come, and we have discovered that yes, we can accomplish things. We can get to the point where we are only a couple animals away from completing our entire genome collection for our clones. And, of course, it has happened, none other than when pigs fly! Ta-da! Look at the goose egg! Look at how cute this little goose egg is. I finally got it. I finally managed to get a golden pig crossed with a goose. And it is just as glorious as I always dreamed it could be, friends. Just as glorious as I always dreamed. And it is also located, also I did get a few like goose eggs that are actually pagoose instead. Like Birdie the pagoose is kind of adorable. Doesn't fly. But it is indeed crossed with a golden pig, so here it is at our new rainbow area! Because this is the gold and the treasure at the end of the rainbow. Eh? Doesn't it look so cool? I'm actually really in love with this, and I am so tickled because it was not the easiest thing in the world to build. I don't usually use such bright colors as the rainbows. You know me, normally I'm just like, ooh, give me some capybara, give me some like leaves, give me some mossy rocks. So switching over to using like the super bright colors was kind of tricky. However, we used these beautiful ice trees to go ahead and create clouds. So we put down the snow to pretend like it's a cloud layout. And I realized that, you know, even the ice benches kind of make fun clouds. And then I had one of my epiphanies and I put the ATMs at the bottom of the rainbow, like just a line of ATMs. I just love the idea that like our guest could come and they could come to the end of the rainbow. They can see our goose eggs, they can see the golden pigs, they can see technically I guess a golden goose because it is a pagoose, and there is also the other one. Where on earth is it? I'm noting that I am prone to losing my goose egg quite often. Little goose egg. Are you in here? I mean, I know it's in here, but it is very good at hiding, so I suppose it can fly after all. But yay! I'm so happy that we have this and that we actually have several more changes that I have added in since you guys were last here. Because once again, I was a little bit sick and laying on the couch while my husband played Baldur's Gate, and I distracted myself from the more gory moments to go ahead and enjoy building. And oh my goodness, have I built? Have I built and built and built and built and built? And have we gone ahead and have we bred all of our animals? Have we expanded the safari zone again to a somewhat concerning degree? And I guess I need to get more janitors up there, but such is life. And look at all of our spotty little cheetah! Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to go ahead and be able to see what those are crossed with. And pretty soon, we're going to be able... Oh my gosh, I forgot about you again. How did I forget about the Husky Barra again? I mean, it's got a face where once you see it, you can't forget it until, I guess you do, but like, that's glorious. That's glorious and representative of some of the work that we want to do in our laboratory zoo, where finally we are just about ready to go ahead and we are ready to complete all of the genes in the terrestrial animal gene library. Wait a second. We were? Uh-oh. Oh no, was I so distracted building like the golden pig rainbow that I forgot to make sure that the ones that we needed to trade stayed alive? Huh. That is not the moment that you needed to bray at me, donkey. That was rude to laugh. Okay, let me go ahead and see. So we are only 2 animals away from being able to go ahead and complete our terrestrial animal gene library. And we also have the aquatic animal gene library filled out, and then we just have all of the dinosaurs left. But we will be stopping over at the laboratory somewhat soon, I think, to go ahead and see what's what. And do I have... Oh my gosh, I do have it. Okay, we have the fox and we have, we've got the hippo. We can do it. We can have our lion and we can have our owl. We just need to make like a little room for them. And I'm just glancing over here to see what's what. And then it'll be completed. it will be completed and we will be ready. It will be time to go ahead and actually start, you know, putting a porcupine and a fox together, which sounds amazing. And part of me is tempted to stay here, but the thing about the laboratory zoo is that, yes, it will be a lot of work to build it up into such a glorious place as this, but it will have all of the aquatic animals that we could cross with all of these animals as well. And that's just a little too tempting for me to, you know, not want to go ahead and shimmy shake it over there. So for the owl, let's actually go ahead and put it over here. I think that the end of this little forest line would be a perfect place for our owls, and we no longer need to have quite so many. Is that where I put the otters? Ah, that is where I just threw the otters. And look at our little fanged deer. Oh, I cannot wait to be able to complete some of those genomes. It's going to be so much fun to see all of the variants. I wonder if I can find ways to make a ton of those variants like in our zoo crafting experience, because that would be really fun. All right, so let's go ahead and put down some grass. And then we will add in our lovely owl. And then we just need to make sure we have a section in the savannah for our lion to go. And then I think, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, well, I do know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start making some chaotic crossbreeds. But I feel like I'm gonna need like a proper sit down just to absorb the fact we will have done it. Do you guys know how hard it is for me to actually get like completed on one of these challenges? On one of the goals that we have for the sake of pixel biology playful science? It's quite difficult. So I am extremely proud of ourselves right now. Little Bingo, will you please go forth and head over to the Tokyo Zoo so that we can go ahead and welcome an owl in, a set of owls, and then I can make my barrel! I completely forgot about the barrels until just now. Okay, this is gonna be so much fun! Okay, we have been trying to obtain foxes from around the world for our genetic program. We wish to create the nine-tailed fox yokai and have it in our zoo. Imagine how many customers we would have. Tokyo Zoo, home of the nine-tailed fox. We could trade some owls with you, seeing as we have hundreds hanging around our owl cafes looking for new homes. Oh my gosh, that's a little bit straight like a punch in the nose there, but yeah, I get it. The owl cafes are not the best things in the world. Your owls will keep your visitors entertained, especially if they like wizards and things. It's surprising how TV shows can make an animal more popular, but that's the world we live in. Yes, it is, but I think it just is an example of the more you learn about something, the more you tend to fall in love with it. And then let's see, where to put our lions? So our cheetah over here, and often cheetah and lions, and obviously the zebra, the antelope, the giraffes, the elephants, they all have very overlapping habitats. Not all the time, but in many cases they have very overlapping homes. So I wonder, 1, 2, 3. So I wonder if we can actually put the lion down. I'm trying to make sure I have enough room for some arches. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There, haha. But I wonder if we can get the lion down in here. I don't like how small this section I just made is, though. So let's actually immediately change it. Oh my gosh, and it's so dark over here. I mean, I can hardly see a thing. But, okay, let's do this. And then we're gonna go ahead and we'll have a little lion pride. Like, it'll be able to patrol all the way down here. And then up here. Much better! Isn't that a lot nicer? I mean, we could still probably expand it this direction, but we'll have to see how things go as time goes on. And then finally we're here. The Singapore Zoo. Lion City, named after the infamous tiger sighting. What? I have to look into that. Lion City, named after the infamous tiger sighting that was confused with the lion. But here we don't do things by halves, we commit. We ran with the lion and turned it into our mascot, the mighty Merlion. 50% lion, 50% fish, 200% awesome. So send us a mighty hippo and we'll send you a lion of the 100% lion variety. You know what? We could make a Merlion. Because, you know, we have like Merlin, the fish, and we have swordfish and things like that. So yeah, we could do that. We could totally do that. Meanwhile, Ember, the young male hippopotamus, who is not 105 days old like the other. Why don't we go ahead? We did it. Oh my gosh, we did it. We actually did it. The king of the jungle is on its way to your zoo. People are going to be blown away. Meanwhile, for us, we will be throwing whole watermelons into our hippo's giant mouths to amaze our guests. I've seen that in person at the San Diego Zoo, and it was pretty amazing. We did it. I mean, I can't see anything yet because it's so dark, but we did it. Wait, what's going on down here? Oh, for crying out loud. Wow. I mean, I know it may seem like not a big deal to so many of you, but I would like to reiterate, it is so hard for a Seri to actually complete things like this. I'm so proud of ourselves! And the even better thing is that we get to reward ourselves with all of the efforts that we have poured into all of this by being able to actually like crossbreed lions and cheetah and zebra. Oh my gosh, a lion zebra might look kind of cool, don't you think? Oh yes, I mean, come on. How much fun is that? Of all of the ways to celebrate, being able to make some really amazing curious crossbreeds is 1000% up our alley. Oh, all right, let's go ahead and put down a few more of these lights just scattered about. Hopefully not, you know, everybody knows not to play with fire, please. All of our random guests. Maybe I should have people sign waivers before they come visit us, now that I'm thinking about it. We'll contemplate that once, you know, we start getting some of the dinosaur animal crossbreeds. And meanwhile, we do need to make sure that the animals that we are adding are going to have adequate water, you know, things that will keep them alive and well. So let's do, I like this little water hole design I've started doing for some of the exhibits where I make a little spot that has several of the water troughs. And then I kind of make like a little, you know, just not too big, not too small, little pond. So it looks sort of like an oasis, like you have your own little water hole for the animals. There we go. All right. Oh my gosh, they're gonna come today. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so happy. I know it's silly, but I'm just so happy because we worked so hard to get here. I'm also a little bit scared because normally I don't complete things because when we get close, I start getting nervous. Like, but once it's done, how am I going to be able to go ahead and how am I going to like have that much fun again? I get scared, to be honest, about like not being able to enjoy myself as much anymore. And that's one of the big things that can keep me like kind of twitchy and prevent me from actually like completing things even if I'm enjoying them. Which again, it might seem silly, but maybe that's really relatable for some of you. And you know what? It is gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna have fun and we're gonna have plenty to do because we get to create the animal crossbreeds. We get to make all sorts of interesting hybrids. And if we really wanted to just reassure ourselves that like everything's gonna be fine, all we have to do is take a very short peek at all of the different variants of the animals we still have not unlocked, including the giraffe. There's still 4 variants of giraffe we have not discovered, and there are still 3 variants of peacock, and those happen to be at the very tippy top of my list. Not to mention, we just got our hands on emus. We've barely even bred any of the sheep, and what are with the horns on some of these? What are with those horns? I think we have giant sloths coming up. We have a whole bunch of platypi. I don't even know how many pie of platies that we could possibly make at this stage. We have panthers who continue to very wonderfully actually add their own variant line without any of my help, and they're turning out amazing. Oh, and have you guys seen our new lemurs? The blue-eyed black lemur, the Sapaka lemur. And then I don't remember what this, the red ruffed lemur, I believe. The beautiful red ruffed lemur. Look at that. Don't you want to have that tail and that beautiful like orange red russet coloring just smacked with a duck? Don't you? I know I do. We have all of the duck genes and all of the goose genes. We're almost to the last capybara gene. Oh, I'm so proud of them. That red capybara in the middle on the bottom, I had nothing to do with. They did that on their own. More ostriches. Oh my goodness. We just finished unlocking all of the chickens. Oh, see, Seri. Oh, we did unlock all of the wolves, which I'm pretty proud about too. There's plenty to keep us busy, plenty to keep us busy. We don't need to be worried. There'll be lots of adventures still. All right, so let's make sure that the owls, who will actually be here sooner, have what they need to be taken care of too. What do I want to do? Maybe we'll do a few little spots for their water. Kind of like a little trickle. And then the owls would probably appreciate lots of perches. Ooh, and maybe a leaf pile or two. So that they can listen to the rustling of any of the little animals who might be hiding in there. My husband Chips loves owls, and so we've been trying to learn a lot more about them, and we have a really great book written by Jennifer Ackerman, who is one of my favorite science authors. She wrote Birdway and the Genius of Birds, and now she has written a book all about owls, and we're learning so much from it. So much. Basically, like, owls, their entire world is experienced through their auditory senses. And so I mean, we know their hearing is really good, right? But their hearing is like the way they see everything and the way they interact with everything. And it again, that sounds so obvious because, you know, owls like listen carefully for things rustling around inside of the leaf litter before they can jump down and like pounce on their prey silently with those specially like shaped feathers that allow them to move so silently through the air. And yet when I really like kind of close my eyes, they can see all right as well, but they don't see as well as they hear for most species. And when I close my eyes and just imagine my world. Oh, look at the little plane. That's such a fitting day for it to come by. How nice. But when I try to imagine what it would be like if my entire world, more or less, like was what I could just hear, and that I could, the way I can glance out my window right now and see the squirrels and chickadees running through the trees, I could hear that. It just seems so cool. And that's not why my husband Chips loves owls, but it's just something I've been thinking about a lot lately. So look at those pointy ears. Those little pointy feathery ears are going to be here pretty soon. I want to make sure they have a nice place to go. There are quite a few owl species in the world. Ooh, little tree stumps if we wanted to just kind of have something cute like that. And one of my other favorite books I have recently read, what was it called? Owls of the Frozen North, I think. And it was all about one of the world's rarest species of owl and the biggest species of owl, the fishing owl. I'm so in love with the fishing owl after reading that book. And I so am glad I do not have to go ahead and do any field biology research in the middle of nowhere in some of the most remote parts of Russia. Especially not when you expect blizzards and landslides and floods, and it like it's just amazing what this man who wrote the book and is now a major part of the owls are coming, a major part of helping to work with conservation programs between the US and Russia. It's amazing what he went through in order to research those owls. But they are the largest owls we have in the world, and that's beautiful. Did you see them both get in the perch together? Oh, I almost never see that happen. And look at them. They're huge. Oh, this is going to be so fun. Owl bears, guys. We're getting there. Oh my gosh. This is going to be so exciting. So we have Minnie and we have Reggie. And oh my gosh. I wonder if one of these with the big tufts might actually be potentially the fishing owl. And the fishing owl, as you guys might imagine, actually is very unique in that it doesn't move silently the way that other owl species do, because, oh, calm down, because their feathers don't really need to because they hunt fish, right? Also, for crying out loud, I swear. And so the fishing owl, as time has gone on, has actually lost some of its ability. Okay, all right. We're yelling about a pile of poop right there. Oh, well, look at that. Oh my goodness. How did that disappear? Who knows? Maybe I just hid it under a rainbow. That's what you're going to find at the end of the rainbow in a zoo, I suppose. It's time! Oh my gosh, while I was talking about fishing owls, basically their feathers don't need to be silent because they hunt fish. Fish can't hear them coming. but they do need to be big enough that they can get in and out of our lions. Wait. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. The very, 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 very last animal. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. You are kidding me. The very last animal in the entire zoo is a lion named Sage. That's my real name. I haven't seen that name used yet. Maybe I have, but I don't remember. That's special. Come on, I mean, how years we have worked on adding to our animal catalog of genetics here in Let's Build a Zoo. And literally in the very last moments, as we add the very final animal into this zoo, maybe for now, maybe we'll come back sooner than I think, but literally as we do that, what do we find? The final animal added in is not only an amazing lion, who is also A-MANE-zing, I'm going to be honest, because, you know, it has a mane even though it's a female for some reason. But its name is Sage, which is my name. That's amazing. That's amazing. And very satisfying. Wow. All right. Well, they still have many different variants that we could unlock and are considered a 5-star animal. I absolutely can't blame anybody for that because they are quite amazing. Amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be saying that pun all day and my husband is gonna be like, what has happened? But they are amazing and I'm happy. I'm happy. We've done it, you guys. We've done it, and I can definitely spend some time like sprucing up all of the different places. We've learned so much about how to run an effective zoo. I mean, we have millions and millions of dollars. We can start donating all sorts of contributions all over the world. Like, I don't even know, like, it'd be so much fun to think about how, oh, we could take our influence from here and like spread it to our Zoodesia Zoo and do things like that. But most of all, we're gonna go ahead and we are finally going to unleash our absolutely chaotic creativity and see what happens when we really, really start mixing all these genes together. And when we start adding in a little bit of dinosaur DNA to the mix as well. Oh, the time has finally come. I've been so good. I haven't been making that many of the crossbreeds because I wanted to wait until we could go to the laboratory, and now we can. So we might take a peek at our dinosaurs just to see how much we're going to need to do there. And then when we come back, owlbears, giraffe, and peacocks. The paraph. It's going to happen. Oh, but all right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. We have done it. We have finally done it. And I am so delighted. And I can't believe I mean, literally the last animal was named Sage. I can't believe that. Maybe we should go ahead and we should do... We need to unlock the lion variant so we can make a lion giraffe. Oh my gosh, or a lion peacock. Or what about a lion owl? Maybe we could compare. Oh my gosh, what's better? A polar bear owl or a bear owl? We could compare. We could literally compare. Or maybe a penguin. Is a polar bear penguin or a bear penguin cooler than a bear owl or a polar bear owl? Do we have anything else that is slightly equine or not? Well, we do have equine. Oh my gosh. Well, actually, what? Griffin? Maybe? Mixing together an owl and a horse? What about the meerkats? Meerkat cheetahs! Yep. All right, it's gonna happen. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Stay curious.